So here's the thing. There are guys with massive platforms out there that are telling men exactly what they want to hear, right? About the system, about how men are getting a raw deal and how everything is designed to keep them broke and without any real power or agency in their lives. And men are running towards those voices. They're running towards them because for the first time, someone is finally putting words to what they've been feeling for so long. They're saying the quiet part out loud. They're saying what they've been thinking. And I've been on both sides of that. I understand that completely. But here's what I want you to think about. What if those voices are part of the same system they're telling you to fight? I'm talking about controlled opposition. You probably have heard that term before. But if you haven't, there is a concept that's called controlled opposition. And once you really understand how it works, everything really starts to make sense. So let's put flesh on bone. I want to get into that. Because these guys, they blow up because they say things that are actually true. Men are losing respect in their own homes and in the family court system. The culture has shifted tremendously to where men, they can work to the bone. They can work hard their whole life and still feel like they're treading water. And when a man, he finally hears someone put words to what he's been carrying around and really couldn't explain, well, of course he's all in at that point. Anyone would be. But here's the question worth sitting with. Why does the system allow these guys to get that big? If they were genuinely a threat to these people that are running things, they wouldn't have hundreds of millions of views and a verified Wikipedia page. The system would have buried them a long time ago. Just think about if you've ever seen in the Hunger Games where President Snow, he has this conversation with Seneca Crane, right? Where he essentially lays out exactly how population control works. He says, hope. It is the only thing stronger than fear. A little hope is effective. A lot of hope is dangerous. So he's right there. He's saying the quiet part out loud. He's describing a real operating principle. You don't control people by stripping all hope away from them. You manage hope by giving just enough, right? Just enough to keep someone engaged, to keep them watching, to keep them feeling like change is on the horizon. Something is about to change, while never giving enough hope to make them feel like they can actually do something about their situation. So controlled opposition, it runs on that exact principle. It's this balance of fear and hope. And a lot of these voices, they sound like freedom. They channel all of that male anger and aggression and frustration, and they funnel it straight into a comment section or in a paid platform, right? The energy, it goes in and nothing actually changes. So they redirect all of that to those things for a profit. And I'll give you one example, a personal example. Andrew Tate, right? Back in 2021, 2022, I resonated with a lot of what he was talking about when it came to the position of the average man in this world and navigating this world, what it's like for him. And he was putting to words things that I had already been thinking. So I was in sales. I was in I wasn't where I wanted to be professionally. And then also in my personal life, I wanted to have more money. I wanted to have more status. I wanted to have, a selection of more attractive women. And so, yeah, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I joined Hustlers University, which he eventually renamed The Real World. So, yeah, I paid for it. It was like $50 a month. Because, yeah, I wanted more money. I wanted more respect. I wanted a real path forward. And for a minute, it genuinely felt like I found my people. The more that I consumed his content, though, especially his newsletter, the worse I actually felt about myself, though. So So, I mean, it's just over and over the message it came back with. He just kept saying, he kept pounding the same thing over and over again. It was just like, if you don't have his money, his cars, and his lifestyle, you are pretty much worthless as a man. And he would drag you. He was funny, so he would keep you there. It's just, it was this push and pull thing. He would drag you down and then hold himself up as the only path back out of it. And so he would tear you down, and then he would build you up and tear you down and build you up. It was this balance of fear and hope, essentially. And that's what I noticed, because he would keep men just confident enough to keep paying for his program, but just insecure enough to keep coming back, right? And I'm not going to run through everything this man has said and done, because that's a whole separate conversation, and a lot of that is why I do not follow his content. I'm not an Andrew Tate fan at all. I want you to see. I just want you to have that example. What I want you to see is the model, right? You find men who are hurting, and you validate their pain just enough to earn their trust, right? But you exploit that trust for money. And then you keep them cycling between feeling like garbage and feeling like they're finally on the right track. That's essentially it. And I know that I already know what some of you are typing right now in the comment section. Well, James, how do I know you're not doing the same thing? Fair point. You should be asking those questions. Because it was I've had a few people in my comment section since I started doing this a little over a year ago, call me a fed plant, which was pretty funny. I was honored to be accused of being a fed plant. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool thing to hear when you're just a guy making videos from his 2-bedroom apartment. And yeah, I'm a single dad who has been inside the family court system for over a decade, and I'm grinding every single day to stay in my son's life, and I'm trying to not let the system that was designed to break men actually break me. I don't have a course. I don't have a brotherhood tier. I've got memberships on my YouTube channel. That's pretty standard. I don't have a Bugatti. I rent a 2-bedroom apartment. So I've got bills. I've got child support. I have a parenting time schedule that I follow. So, and if you've seen my previous, I mean, here's my living room. This is my living room. I don't have a studio for this. My living room is my studio. And so it's pretty quaint. So if I'm controlled opposition, whoever is running me is doing a terrible job. All right. But yeah, I'm not here to convince you of anything. I mean, you should question every single voice that you follow, including mine. So what I'm asking is that you just think for yourself, which is one thing that controlled opposition never actually wants you to do, which is to question them. So, but I would say that real liberation makes you need the voice less the longer that you follow it. You get me, right? Teach a man to fish instead of just giving him a fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. And I don't know everything, right? I'm learning on the job too, right? I'm shooting from the hip a lot of the time. And if you've been consuming someone's content for 2 years and you find yourself more dependent on it now than when you started, I mean, I would say that you're not being set free. You're being maintained and managed. And I have said in the past that hope is dangerous. I think it is. I don't have a good feeling about hope in general, but I would say that this is a cheesy line, but it's true that comparison is the thief of joy. I feel like crap anytime I compare myself to another YouTuber that's got more views or more subscribers or whatever. But I understand the trap of measuring your worth against someone else's bank account or I don't know, their car collection, whatever it is, whatever you're lacking in that they have. Don't do it, man. Don't fall into the trap ultimately. And I know it's easier said than done, especially now in the consumer age that we live in. But a lot of people, if you see somebody driving around in a Beamer, especially I don't know, like a 3 Series or whatever, they're or these the base model Mercedes Benzes, they're probably more broke than you are. Okay, so be smart with your money. Don't go out and spend money or finance something. Don't pay for something you can't afford just to look a certain way, because that's just gonna lead you further into ruin. And yeah, it's not a good financial practice. But this isn't financial advice. I'm just saying. But men do need a brotherhood. That is for sure. I think that is true. Some people say that it's not. But I think that having that, anytime I've had other men around me to speak to and to vent to and to look up to, and for them to look up to me, that was always healthy. I think that men do need that. And brotherhood between men has never required a monthly fee. Never. I mean, I understand whenever it's remote, there are a lot of free options out there. I've thought about having that, like this brotherhood where there's like a $5 fee. I've tried to start one before. It was like a $20 fee. That was dumb. Because yeah, I do got to pay my bills, and I'm doing this for a living, so I got to think of ways to make money. I may at some point actually start something that's like $5, but the only reason I would charge $5 is just to keep bad actors out. And if anyone in the community actually does something, I can still take their $5 and kick them out without a refund and have the satisfaction of that. But that's not something that I'm thinking about doing right now. It's just crossed my mind. It's neither here nor there. But either way, you can find brotherhood outside of me. I don't know. Because it is a way to make money, but also there's just something that rubs me the wrong way about it. I don't know. Because a lot of people in the comment section have asked for it, but I don't know. Because the moment that this sense of belonging is gated behind a subscription payment, you are a paying customer inside of a business model, and then yeah, it feels like the entire relationship is built around keeping you just satisfied enough to stay. I don't know. My goal is to be as authentic as possible and to make money, because this is what I do for a living. So I want to be authentic. Of course, I'm not going to please everyone. I'm not going to make everyone happy. I'm going to piss some people off, and that's fine. That's just the way life is. But just in closing, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. But in closing, the anger and the frustration that you feel when these voices say what you've already been thinking, I get it, man. That energy is real, and it belongs to you, okay? Just use it to build something in your actual life instead of feeding it into someone else's platform. Because men are hungry for real things. I'm hungry for real things. They want to feel heard. They want to have purpose. They want to be a part of a genuine brotherhood that's actually on their side. And you can build all of that in your real life. You don't have to find it in someone's paid platform. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to communicate. Question everything, and you don't have to pay for everything. There's a lot of free stuff out there. So, but yeah, I understand the anger and frustration that you feel when these voices say what you've been thinking. That is real. I'm on both sides of it, because I also do consume. I create content where people feel that way based off of the things that I say, and then I also listen to content and consume content where I feel the exact same way. So I'm in the exact same boat as you. So I mean, I would encourage you to do what I'm doing. Start a YouTube channel if you want to. Start a Kick live stream. Get on Rumble. Whatever you want to do. I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is a sponsor-free video. That's all I'm saying. All right, and I'll leave it there. So go ahead and just drop a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Nah, just do what you want to do. Have a conversation down there. Keep it chill. All right, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.